Hello, my name is Faizan.
My name is Dion.
My name's Hamza.
My name is Saeed.
My name is Abu Bakr.
My name is Zaina.
I'm Rakaya.
23 years old.
And I'm 20 years old.
I'm 20 years old.
And I'm 23.
I'm 23 years old.
I'm 17 years old.
I'm 17 years old.
I think it's quite special.
It wasn't the worst.
It's quite nice growing up in my community.
For me, it's always been good.
It's actually been a good experience.
It was very diverse.
I've never actually faced any challenges other than actually being bullied in school myself for my first secondary school, which I had to change because of how dangerous the school was. When I changed schools, obviously I was a lot closer to home, a lot closer to family, more comfortable with friends that I actually knew. From there is where I picked the right friends. And then I've always been comfortable in my area, in my community.
It's got a balance of different things. I've made my friends here and I found good people. I feel like I can embrace my culture and my religion quite openly. I think it's quite accommodating.
I think right now there's been an increase in poor mental health amongst boys and girls. For the boys, a lot of the time they've been neglected because of like masculinity and stuff like that, and girls have always been seen as emotional. There haven't been a lot of services that could cater to help these children.
I think as of recent years, I think one of the most growing challenges is like poverty. And I feel like that has many like knock-on effects to like the youth, because I feel like poverty obviously affects their mental health, and that I guess showcases on their education and quality of life.
Definitely influence.
It's usually due to like financial issues.
Your social circle.
A lot of it comes from influence from their home growing up.
I think not having the right environment of people around them.
Hanging around after school for too long, being around the wrong friend group.
Being peer pressured. When you're influenced by things like social media and the crowd that you surround yourself with, you are likely to get yourself involved into crime.
Someone who works in a school, I can see their friends influence a lot of the decisions that they make. So it might be things like do something else that's not socially acceptable. They all do decisions that aren't the best. They end up going down the wrong path.
I think recently I've seen a lot of addictive behavior to social media that has impacted a lot of kids to be addicted to their phones, staying at home. They tend to neglect going to like activities outside with their friends, and they just find comfort within themselves rather than other people, so then they isolate themselves.
Like theft and just robbing people of their phones. There's also, like gang violence, so like postcode wars and things like that.
I think over the last decade, with the growth of social media, I think there's been also a growth in like misogyny, because there have been like rising figures such as like Andrew Tate that I feel like a lot of the youth tend to idolize and follow. And I think that leads to like aggression and certain types of behavior that's not really liked by a lot of the public.
Families struggling, and people will just resort to crime in order to like provide for their family. Maybe they can get peer pressured into doing certain things, label them as cool, or like you won't get in trouble with this and that. People just fall into it, and then as they get older, that's like all that they know.
No.
Yes.
No, I haven't.
I personally haven't.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think especially when I was a little bit younger, so more towards like secondary, sixth form.
Being young and being afraid of saying no to my friends and being like, I don't want these guys to hate me, so like let me just do what they're doing.
But me personally, I've never been influenced. I've controlled myself very, very well.
I can't blame anyone else, to be honest. At the end of the day, it's myself. I'm the one that makes decisions. I have been influenced by other people previously that made me do the wrong decisions, that I had to look back at and be like, that was silly of me.
Every time I make a decision, I always ask like people that I trust. So that's like whether it be my parents, older cousins. I have mentors as well. I'll ask them before I make a decision, like, what do you think would be the best option for me? And whatever I feel is the right decision, I'd go in knowing I've done the best I can.
Every choice I make is obviously going to have an impact on my future, and then on my current state of mind as well. So I think what you need to constantly be doing is making sure the decisions you are making are best for you at the moment. So in terms of your mental health, in terms of your physical health, and then your just well-being in general, and then also making sure you're making decisions that are best for your future as well.
I'd say music is definitely one, something that really influences a lot young people, I feel like depending on the type you listen to, it make you act in a certain way. It's impressionable on young people. And also, I feel like school is definitely one. I think that there are many different reasons and some that I'm probably not aware of. But personally, seeing things that I've seen at school growing up, I'd say a lot of people's families were already involved in those kind of things, and being like a young person growing up in that family, like that's what they're gonna learn, and they're just gonna obviously like follow down that route. Witnessing it firsthand, that's what I can say from my experience.
I think a lot of it is to do with how young people like have grown up. So a lot of it is maybe family issues at home, and then they haven't had the right sort of people there as they're growing up. And then usually when that happens, they don't know what to rely on. So then they end up doing things that, you know, for them, they know it's not right, but they sort of do it out of a necessity. Maybe it's like, I'm feeling lonely, so then I make the wrong type of friends, and then that influences my whole life. Or I've grown up in poverty, you know, my parents haven't been able to support me financially, and then all my friends, they're buying expensive things. So now for me to do that, I have to resort to crime or, you know, things like that. I think maybe one piece of advice I would give is just surround yourself with the people that, you know, you feel comfortable with, and not the people where you feel like you have to change yourself when you're around them, or you have to be someone that's not you. And also just have someone where, you know, it could be, whether it's your family member or whether it's someone like a friend or someone that's always there for you to speak to, because like dealing with things alone is always not the best thing. But if there's someone that you can, you know, go back to, speak to, then that's always some sort of reassurance at the end of the day. Whether it's they're giving you advice or not, or it's just there to listen to you, then at least there's someone that, you know, you can go back to.
Thank you.
£250.
Bro, look who's here.
That's on the SWAT can, isn't it? Right.
She has a really cute cat. Introduce your cat, bro.
My cat's name is Nilo.
He's ruined it, honestly, he's ruined it. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Tell him to say sorry.
Oh my god, guys.
What the flip am I supposed to say?
Mad.